Okay, so let's take a look at this code. So while the queue is not empty, we're going to dequeue. So it's not empty, still not empty, still not empty, still not empty. Now it stops. So this code, what it does is clears a queue. This code asks us first to find the size of the queue. It's 5. Then what we're going to do is we're going to loop from 0 to the length minus 2. 5 divided by 2 is 2. And then we will go through it. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go the 0th time, and I'm going to dequeue. The first time, and I'm going to dequeue. And now I is at 2, so we'll stop. So what this code does is it dequeues the front half of the queue. This code first gets the size of the queue, which in this case is 5. And then what it does is we start at 0 and we go all the way to 5 and we add 1. So then what we're doing in each spot is we dequeue and then we enqueue to the same queue. So that's our first time. Dequeue and enqueue to the same queue. Second time. Dequeue and enqueue to the same queue. Third time. Dequeue and enqueue to the same queue. Fourth time. Dequeue and enqueue to the same queue. Last time. If you remember, this code with a stack was way more interesting, but with a queue, what this code does is absolutely nothing. So for this code, we're going to make a new stack. I'll make it here. Then what we're going to do is while the queue isn't empty, we're going to dequeue and then push it onto the stack. Then we dequeue and we push it onto the stack. Then we dequeue and we push it onto the stack. That's happening here. Dequeue, then push it onto the stack, and dequeue and push it onto the stack. So now my queue is empty. So now what I'm going to do is while my stack isn't empty, I'm going to pop and enqueue it onto my queue. So I pop and enqueue it, pop and enqueue it, pop and enqueue it, pop, enqueue, pop, enqueue. So what this code does is by using a stack, it allows us to reverse the order of our queue. Okay, so first I'm going to find out the length of my queue minus 2, so that's 3. Then we're going to dequeue the first one and remember it as first. Then I'm going to dequeue the second one and remember it as second. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to enqueue the second one. Then I'm going to enqueue the first one. Then for the length time, which was 3, we're going to dequeue, enqueue, dequeue, enqueue, dequeue, enqueue. So what this code did was it reversed the order of the first 2 things in the queue and maintained the order for the rest of the queue.